Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Remember to like and subscribe. Today we will be talking about pets. Most people have them, most people enjoy them normally, and most people just like pets. Like, the beginning of YouTube was all based around cats. One of the first videos was a zoo video. Like, come on. Pets are a big deal on YouTube. They're just people who make compilations of animals and then get like 1,000 subscribers, but that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to talk about having pets, and one of my first ones was a goldfish, and I don't remember its name. It was either Goldie or Nemo. One of the two. Could be either. Who knows? It's all in the air. But a good fish, yeah, lasted a really long time. Very sad when it died. We had a funeral for it. Buried it in between some trees. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Don't remember much about it. I was like 3. Then later we got a rabbit. Bunny. You know, those things. Named it Charlie. Pretty good animal. Very playful, very fun, although very violent as well. Gave my grandma a nasty looking cut because she tried to get him out of like underneath my parents' bed. He was just like, no, not coming out, and she was just like, okay, come on, trying to grab him out, and he scratched her. So yeah, that happened. Yeah, that's pretty much just what happened. The next thing, during this time period with this bunny, rabbit person thing, we had a bunch of fish. Most of them died. They didn't die for, like, reasons. They died primarily because we overfed them. Friends came over and would overfeed them. A lot of overfeeding, a lot of not feeding, a lot of not caring, a lot of randomness happened, and then they're just dead. I definitely have a bit of fish blood on my hands. I don't really know. Fish blood is definitely there. Very sad, very sad. Didn't really care about the fish. I don't even remember their names. Like, half of them were named Goldie, Goldie the second, Goldie the third, who knows. But they died, which is sad. Very sad. But yeah, let's take a moment of silence because I need to think about what I'm going to say next. Oh, I got it. Then Charlie died. Very morbid, very fast. What do you want from me? These are animals. They don't live a very long time. What do you want from me? Actually, it lived a really long time, like 6 or 7 years. I don't really know. Okay. And good bunny is a good way to put it. Very, very playful, very nice, as I've already said. To its dying day, it was very, very playful. Tried to be, I don't know what the right word is. Tried to get up. We watched it slowly die, but, we buried it. Put like a nice little stone with a picture of it, and it was wonderful. But it was just like one of the best gifts we could give it. A nice resting spot in our backyard. There's a nice little funeral for it. Next, also during this time period, or maybe after this period, the Great Money and Charlie, I don't know what you call it. We had another dog, a family dog. The reason I'm calling it family dog is because it only stayed with us for a couple of months. Still alive, doing well, as far as I can say. It's kind of, I think, personally. But pretty much this dog, it was a pretty fun time with this dog. The reason we got it was because people couldn't take care of it, and it worked out for us because the dog is adorable and awesome. Family members came because my family didn't know how to take care of the dog properly. But well, we understood how to take care of it properly. It was just very stressful in the first couple of months because we were like, okay, we have this dog now that belongs to our grandma. But we got shaved, took care of it. We let it outside like you do with dogs, and it lived. Well, it's still alive. It was living with us and had a pretty good time, if I do say so myself. So I've been with my grandma now, and my aunt, and my grandpa. But this dog, the thing that really is like the best story about it is during its. Well, actually, no, it's not really the best story about it. It's just like something that I think interesting. So everyone just assumed that this dog, other than like my aunt, assumed that this dog could both see and hear perfectly. After a while of it living in our house, we realized it was practically blind and practically deaf, so it could not hear anything we were saying. It didn't work that way. But that's enough about him. We have to talk about Xavier Alexander, my last name. He is an excellent hamster. He was an excellent hamster. He lived a really nice life, very happy, very playful. As I've already said about them, they're all very awesome. The cool thing about him, though, is that he was a good climber. He could climb out of things. This is scary when you have him in a cage where he's able to climb out of the cage. So yeah, he escaped. First time he escaped, I was very sad. I still had to go into school. The teacher was inevitably like, "Hey, your thing is alive." I was just like, "Oh, thanks, teach. That's awesome." But the problem, sad news, is like most of my pets, it's now dead. I only have one pet left. About 1,000. I don't know what that term means. I just heard it in like shit screen, and I don't know. It's like a cricket term. I don't know. Is it a baseball term? I think it's a baseball term because Patrick's really into baseball. I'm not sure, but anyway, it's some term. I don't know what it means all too much. I'm pretty sure it means you're like not answering things. Never about that. Pretty much, the hamster lived a good life, very happy, very nice, and then it kicked the bucket. I came and did it while I was going to feed it. It was dead. It happened a while ago, but it was one of the best hamsters I think anyone would ask for. I think I made the right choice picking out this hamster instead of the other one, even though the other one's also adorable. This one just really made me happy. So I didn't gender was just assumed it was male, and then later, like a couple months before it died, because these things only live for like 2 years, so that's still a pretty long time. I was like, it's a female, and then I was occasionally referred to it as the gender I originally thought it was, and other times referred to it as its actual gender. But it already has a masculine name, so I really didn't know what to do. So I just keep calling it Xavier, because yeah, it's just a pet. And I don't really think it mattered all too much. I mean, the pets make a happy, wonderful pet. Why does it matter? But I often like him. Like near the end, I was just like, "What am I supposed to call it?" So I just referred to it as Xavier. It was fine. The pet I have currently, and you can possibly hear the water running in the tank. It is a fish that I named Justinianus. Justinianus is the name of a king in the Byzantine Empire. Like, Xavier was just a name because I think it's fancy, and anytime I like try to write something, like a novel or something like that, when I want to write like a book, the main character's name, or like one of the side characters, is always named Xavier. Now, some people might look at that and just be like, okay, you're just obsessed with this name. Yeah. If or when I have kids, I'm naming one of them Xavier. Unless, of course, it's a female, then I'll like do some Charlotte or Alyssa or whatever. I don't really know. And yeah, I named this thing Justinianus because of a Byzantine emperor who I liked a lot. He reconquered part of the West, and then all of the bad rulers after him lost literally all of that territory. He held the world together, at least his world together. I think that just to be honest, is the fish is living up to that. Okay, now we're going to talk about something else. Hades. You know him, the god of the underworld in Greek mythology. I enjoy Greek mythology personally, which is why I really want to talk about this. Because everyone, whenever they think of Hades, often thinks Lucifer, the god of the underworld, not underworld, more like H-E-double hockey sticks. That guy, the bad guy in Christian religion, he sort of is made that way. And some people are probably just going to be like, no. I watched Hercules when I was 4 years old, and I am 100% certain that he is a bad guy. And like, no. He named his dog Spot. Herbert literally translated in Spot. He named his dog Spot, a three-headed giant monster. Is that the making of an evil villain? No. Also, he was important in Roman and Greek. He was god of wealth in Roman life, so of course he's important because that was a very capitalist republic. While in Greek mythology, he was a god of like death, sort of. Sure, Thanatos was the embodiment of death, but he was a god of like just the underworld. So that sort of puts him on a bit higher of a pedestal if you're thinking about it, because he was like the actual god of death, or the actual god of like holding all of the dead souls. Some are good, some are bad. And I think it's very important to treat him as like a god that deserves respect. He deserved it. He was a good god. He represented good things to people that endorsed him and enjoyed him. But he's often given a like bad evil. The only thing he really deserves that for is the kidnapping of Persephone. But by technicalities, he afterwards pretty much just after he did the whole giving her food there that made her have to stay for us half the month making that deal, he was willing to make a deal to make her happy, even though it's still sort of psychotic that he did all the. But to put it lightly, they had a good relationship, I think. Let's go with that. But yeah, I would say it was pretty good on the whole scale. He's not a bad guy. I think often Hades is treated with complete disrespect. If you're wondering why I'm saying Hades instead of Hades, in actual pronunciation, you're supposed to remove the H from ancient Greek pronunciation. So I would actually just be saying Hades, which I know sounds confusing, but it's just part of it. So what we've learned is pets die, and that's a very morbid thing to talk about. And Hades is not bad. And please remember to like and subscribe the video. It means a ton. So, yeet!